Well, hey everybody, I'm John Redland, and this is my review of AEW Dark from Champaign. Wait, Champaign, Illinois. And if you get the reference, you get the reference. This was a show that I enjoyed some of, but did not enjoy some other aspects of. I wonder if you can guess what aspects I didn't enjoy. It is nice to see these dark matches, and the main event actually wasn't that bad, in all honesty. But there's one match of the three that I hated, and I wonder if you can guess which one. So we have Dasha and Shivani run down the events of last week and the card for tonight. We cut to the arena, and Excalibur and Chuck Taylor on commentary. Orange Cassidy is sitting there also with the headset off, not saying anything, not doing anything, being useless. So what Orange Cassidy has basically been to AEW in my eyes since they signed him. I don't like the Orange Cassidy gimmick. I don't get it. I don't understand why it's entertaining. There are people that like it, and that's fine. You guys comment on my channel. You guys are cool, and I respect your guys' opinions. Whether I agree or not, it's cool that we can have that dialogue. So, why are the librarians a thing? Why is this gimmick a thing? It's shit. Leva Bates isn't really that good in the ring, but this gimmick it makes her even worse. Peter Avalon, who's okay in the ring, it's shit. This gimmick is bad, and apparently, it's rumored to be something from the mind of Tony Khan, which, if true, is proof that the money guy should not be involved in wrestling. Because maybe Tony Khan isn't all that much of a goddamn genius. Whoever came up with this idea is an idiot. I'm sorry. It generates like this kind of heat. It generates, okay, I just want him off my TV. I don't care what happens to them. So we get Peter Avalon with Leva Bates there versus Jimmy Havoc versus Scorpio Sky. 2/3 of the match was fine. Avalon again isn't bad in the ring, but he's very vanilla. The gimmick is shit. There was this cool, belly-to-belly suplex to Avalon by Sky, throwing him onto Jimmy Havoc outside, and then Sky hits cool dive. There were a couple near falls, a couple awkward near falls, and in the end, Jimmy tries to get a staple gun, but nope, Scorpio gets the book, whacks the staple gun out of his hand. Book beats staple gun. Didn't you play that game in school? I hope not. You shouldn't be playing with staple guns in school or at all. Unless you're Jimmy Havoc, because apparently he doesn't care and he will get fined 10 grand every time he staples somebody. Okay, I have a very hard time believing that they're actually levying any kind of fines, but wrestling. Let's have just some fun with the illogical logic of it. And a TKO pins Peter Avalon. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3. Avalon should have taken the pin. Scorpio got the pin and got a victory after losing to Chris Jericho a couple weeks ago. It was fine. It was fine for what it was. We then get recaps of the Dark Order vignette. So it took you till now to start the reset thing. And by the way, this is infinitely worse. What they were doing with them before was bad. This is worse because they're trying to make them like a fearsome cult. Oh, they want people to join the Dark Order. Can I just join a traveling circus because it's more credible than this? Can I just join literally anything that would be more credible than this? Still, it's better than Scientology, but then again, I think fillet my own skin would be better than Scientology. But yeah, honestly, this whole thing it's shit. I don't like the Dark Order thing. I don't. Why? Why are you trying to make this happen? Of all the teams that you could try to make happen, you're trying to make the Dark Order happen. Stop trying to make fetch happen, Karen. It's not going to happen. Britt joins commentary for John Silver and Alex Reynolds versus Luchasaurus and Marko Stunt Jungle Boy at ringside. I instantly hate it. I'm sorry, I don't care how nice Marko Stunt is. Great, he's a nice kid. He doesn't belong in the motherfucking ring at all. Anybody that has to sell for him instantly loses credibility and has to rebuild their credibility from the ground up. It took the Lucha Bros a few weeks to get the stench of having to work with Marko Stunt off of them for, the tag team tournament finals. And even then, I still felt bad because I'm like, oh God, Pentagon and Phoenix, two of the best in the world, having to work with Marko Stunt. It's not believable. Yeah, it's wrestling, it's a performance, but it's stupid. It's fucking objectively stupid. It is goddamn terrible to watch Marko Stunt get in any offense on anybody. Because it's dumb. I mean, so Luchasaurus does good shit. I've seen him on a couple indie shows. The guy is great. I got to see him on a couple Defy Northwest shows. The guy is incredible in the ring, especially for his size. Marko is shit. Is not believable whenever he hits any moves. And anybody who has to take them loses every bit of credibility again. Have I mentioned that? At one point, Luchasaurus sticks out his green tongue, and Britt Baker, who's a dentist, by the way, in case you haven't heard that, says, I would like to examine Luchasaurus' green tongue. And I believe Excalibur says, well, raises more questions than answers with that one, but, which was kind of a funny exchange. And Marko Stunt got the pin on somebody. I don't know if it was Silver or Reynolds. I think it was the one with the longer hair. But I don't care. That team's done. Just quit. Just quit and go somewhere else. Your credibility's shot in AEW. Having a job to Marko Stunt. Jobbing to Luchasaurus is one thing because Luchasaurus can be a big star. Yeah, it's an objectively silly gimmick, a man in a dinosaur mask, but still, it is what it is. But Jungle Boy, people are like, well, Jungle Boy's small. Jungle Boy's got a good story. Marko Stunt has no upside. Mainly because he can't see over the goddamn rope. It's stupid. Have I mentioned that? And I can be this unhinged in a review because it's kind of nice to be able to, like, let loose with some of this stuff. Because I don't want to, but I don't want to bother some people when I'm doing a dual review because I have to respect the boundaries of others. And it just feels good to unleash on the fact that Marko Stunt's a goddamn embarrassment in the wrestling business. At least in the ring. Person? No. In the ring? Shit. Fucking shit. And they're burning money. Tony Khan's burning money on somebody like Marko Stunt. So let's get to some good stuff. AKA the opposite of Marko Stunt. Lexi Nair, who I'm not familiar with, she's a new person that they hired on. She does some AEW control room stuff, talking about the women's division, writing down recent events of the women's division. Nyla Rose doing the table spot with the ref. And then to Shanna, that was some good stuff. Nyla Rose suspended for the rest of the year. Wow, a whole few weeks. Oh, God. I like what they're doing with Nyla here, and hopefully they continue it. But then they show recaps of Brandy and the Nightmare Collective. Stop trying to make Brandy happen. Brandy is objectively terrible and a charisma vacuum. Poor Awesome Kong. She actually could talk for herself, but nope, let's have Brandy. We need to get Brandy a vanity project because Brandy Rhodes is somebody that's going to pop a goddamn rating. And she's going to pop it and send it, cascading back down to earth, for God's sake. Brandy Rhodes, she's terrible. Is she a terrible person? I don't fucking care. I'm not saying she is. She's a terrible character. She's worse than Stephanie McMahon on TV. Fucking hell. At least Stephanie at one point had some charisma. Brandy doesn't have any of that. Anyway, Big Swole vignette. This was terrific. This was good stuff. She talked about how in 2008 she got diagnosed with Crohn's disease and how she was worried that she wouldn't be able to be athletic and she wouldn't be able to have kids. And her and Cedric Alexander are married. I believe they're married. If they're not married, I do apologize for rushing that. But they're together. They have a kid. She talked about how she was worried she wouldn't be able to have children, that, her life is over. Crohn's disease is a terrible disease. Credit to her for coming back from that, being athletic, and working through that. It's a terrible thing, and good on her. Good on her and good on anybody that's fighting through Crohn's disease. Honestly, that is a terrible disease. This is good stuff. More of this kind of stuff where you're going to put over your women's division, and I'm all for it. She gets signed to a contract. Great. She's talented. Chris Statlander got signed to a contract recently. Good. That's good stuff. I like the fact that they're adding more women to the women's division. And maybe it means that we can get Brandy the fuck off TV and actually put women that matter on TV. So, women that can actually wrestle and don't get 11 minutes to, work a match that they could barely do, 2 minutes in. Good Lord. So, AEW's women's division rankings, because records matter, we get Chris Statlander busting into number 5, 1-0. Britt Baker, 3-2. At number 4, Emi Sakura, 1-1. Nyla Rose, despite being suspended, 3-3. And Hikaru Shida, despite losing recently, the number 1 contender. Okay. They're gonna be new rankings on Friday. Then the rankings are gonna reset after the on the first of the year. Okay. Cool. The wins and losses thing, it's messy, but maybe they can make it work starting next year, especially. We then get a Daniels interview where he pretty much rips apart Alex Marvez for asking if he's okay after that horrible bump that he took. And he says he needs to be more prepared next time to face Pentagon Jr. And then we get recaps of Cody's promo and then MJF where he mocks Cody, saying he paid off the Butcher, the Blade, and the Candlestick Bunny. No, but it was Butcher, the Butcher, Blade, and the Bunny. And he says, well, good luck, champ. Oh, wait, right, you can't be champ. That's some good stuff from MJF. And then we get a video package, Proud and Powerful in the Bucks. They're going to have Texas, like a Texas street fight or something. And then we get Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford versus Kenny Omega. The match went a little long. Penelope Ford did get in some shots, including a nice Hurricanrana, and then she did hit a stunner later in the match. Referee Aubrey was here. Good stuff. That was enjoyable. It did have some good wrestling, did have some good shots. Kip Sabian did have some good moments after Kenny dominated for quite a bit. We get a boo, yay, back and forth. We get a V-trigger, as I said, forward hitting a stunner at one point. Poison running by Kip, but soon after, Kenny comes back, takes over, V-trigger, and then one wing angel, 1, 2, 3, and that's pretty much the end of your show right there. Okay, so I was very, very harsh on the tag match, justifiably so, because Marko's an embarrassment, but I'm going to say C+, which is going to shock some people, because I like what they did with Big Swole, and I like the fact that they're including some vignettes. I wish they would feature some of this in the AEW Dynamite to a bigger audience, but at least it's a step in the right direction. Hopefully they do more stuff with the women's division, establish it, and then you can actually get people to be invested. But anyway, C+. If I forget to put a poll up there, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritland. I'll see you soon.